So hello guys, good evening. Welcome back to MARGDARSHAN. So guys, today we have with us Jeffy ma'am, who is currently working in Coal India. So guys, last year, the last time the vacancy which came, आप लोग को पता है कि जो coal preparation का जो vacancy आया था, last time it came in the year 2020, and she joined in the year 2020 only. तो guys, आज हम लोग आप लोग के जो भी doubts थे, आज हम लोग उनके doubts लेते हैं. आप लोगों ने जो भी बोला था, इस वीडियो में हम लोग आप लोग से आप लोग को ये भी बताएंगे कि कोल इंडिया का कैसा वर्किंग प्रोफाइल होता है, क्या जॉब प्रोफाइल है, कैसा वर्किंग कल्चर है, कितना बेसिक, कितना आपको सैलरी मिलता है, और काफी सारी चीजें. आप जितने भी डाउट्स हो सकते हैं, मुझे जितने डाउट्स थे, एज बिकॉज मैं भी प्रिपेयर कर रहा हूँ, तो एक स्टूडेंट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से जितने मुझे डाउट्स थे उतने तो मैं तो ले लूंगा. ओके, कुछ कारणवश हमारा लाइव स्ट्रीम नहीं हो पाया, तो ठीक है गाइस, अड़चने आती रहती है. अगर आप लोग कुछ अच्छा करना चाहते हैं, जैसे आप लोग जानते हैं, ऐसा कोल इंडिया का किसी के साथ में कोई भी सेशन अवेलेबल नहीं है, और स्पेशली कोल प्रिपरेशन का कोई सेशन अवेलेबल नहीं है, राइट. तो आप लोग को ही पता है, मार्गदर्शन ढूंढ ढूंढ कर लेकर आते हैं, आप लोग के लिए चीजें करते रहती है. ठीक है, तो स्टार्ट करते हैं सेशन को. बने रहिएगा, आखिर तक के वीडियो को देखिए. और अगर आप लोग भी कोल प्रिपरेशन की तैयारी कर रहे हैं, तो ये वीडियो आप लोग को काफी मोटिवेट करेगा. ओके, सो व्हाट यू जेफी मैम, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल प्लीज इंट्रोड्यूस द आवर ऑडियंस अबाउट यू. कहाँ से आपने अपना बीटेक कब कंप्लीट किया? ओके, उसके बाद में आपका एमटेक किया, उसके बाद में कॉर्नेल यूनिवर्सिटी का ये टैग लगा हुआ है. ओके, एंड बहुत सारी चीजें होती है, तो आप अपने बारे में थोड़ा बताइए. ओवर टू यू.
Yeah, sure. So, hello guys. I'm Jeffy Jean. Basically, I'm from Trivandrum, Kerala. I completed my BTech in chemical engineering in 2020, and I had the Coal India exam the same year. So basically, I gave the exam when I was in my eighth semester. My eighth semester had just started, and due to COVID, our recruitment got slightly delayed, and I joined in ISM Dhanbad for MTech. In the stream of mineral engineering. Uh, then after that, I joined Coal India, and unfortunately, I couldn't complete my MTech. I think I joined Coal India when I was in third semester. Yeah. Later on, I took a study leave from Coal India and completed my master's in Cornell University in renewable energy. And yeah, that's it.
ओके, सो मैम, जैसे आप अभी 2020 में ज्वाइन किया, तब तो बेसिकली आप कॉर्नेल यूनिवर्सिटी से आपने, सॉरी, कॉर्नेल यूनिवर्सिटी में कह रहा हूँ, आईएसएम धनबाद में थर्ड ईयर में आपने ज्वाइन किया
Third
था.
semester.
थर्ड सेमिस्टर, राइट, थर्ड सेमिस्टर,
Yes.
सॉरी मैम. ओके, तो सेकंड ईयर थर्ड सेमिस्टर. सो मैम, इज इट फ्रूटफुल कि स्टूडेंट्स ने ड्रॉप करके, जैसे आपने फिर बाद में कॉर्नेल यूनिवर्सिटी से अपना मास्टर्स कंप्लीट किया, तो मैम
Yes.
अब आपको कैसा लगता है कि क्या बच्चों ने, जैसे जो थर्ड सेम में होते हैं, फोर्थ सेम में होते हैं, तो इन्होंने अपना मास्टर सबसे पहले छोड़ना चाहिए क्या? क्या मास्टर्स उन्होंने कंप्लीट करना चाहिए या नहीं करना चाहिए इन स्पाइट ऑफ पीएसयू?
Well, I would say it's completely a personal choice. During that time, the COVID scenario, it was very tough to get a job. So I thought, let me first take a job. Of course, I tried to complete my master's, but then, the IIT policies, they were a little bit strict. They didn't allow me to, continue. So that's why I took study leave from Coal India. I think Coal India is the only PSU that offers you this attractive option. After probation, you are eligible for a study leave, that too with full pay. Sounds really exciting, right? So you are eligible for a study leave for 5 years. Out of this 5 years, 2 years are with full pay and 3 years are without pay. So even if you leave your masters, just remember that you have a second opportunity to continue it. But for someone who is looking to get into the academia, I wouldn't say that leaving masters would be a good option, because once you join Coal India, it's mostly technical plus administrative work. I would say even not so much technical, it's mostly administrative work, and you completely lose touch with technical stuff and the discipline related stuff. So if someone has plans to do PhD and other stuff, and you're just looking to get some work experience in between, I wouldn't say leaving masters and joining Coal India is a good idea. Otherwise, at the end, I would say it's a personal choice. Anyway, I don't regret leaving my masters. I'm content with what I'm doing right now.
ओके, सो मैम, द वेरी नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन कमिंग इज कि मैम, जैसे आपने भी कोल प्रिपरेशन का जो प्रोफाइल था उसमें ज्वाइन किया था, तो मैम जैसे आपने अभी कहा,
Yes,
यू सेड कि द टेक्निकल स्किल्स आर नॉट एज देयर, टेक्निकल स्किल्स इतने हमारे कम है, एंड मोस्टली हमारा जो एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव वर्क होता है वो है। ओके, सो मैम
yes,
इसको आप किस तरीके से रिलेट करते हैं? लाइक अभी बहुत सारे बच्चे भी, ऑलमोस्ट पेपर होगा, इसका एग्जामिनेशन रहेगा, most of the students are going to clear the examination. In your time, so there was interview as well. Okay, but ma'am, this time there is
yes.
no interview. This time there is no interview. So ma'am, if we talk about, so leaving technical job and coming to administrative job, and because coal preparation, it is, I think so the profile is very different. So we will be talking about the profile also. So ma'am, first of all, you tell me about the profile, and leaving the technical, which is chemical engineering, the students who love chemical engineering, who has passion chemical engineering. Okay, मेरी बात छोड़ दो, मेरे को केमिकल इंजीनियरिंग से प्यार नहीं है ना? इवन बहुत सारे बच्चे ऐसे होते हैं कि केमिकल इंजीनियरिंग उनका सपना होता है, उनका प्यार होता है, तो वो छोड़कर फिर एक एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव वाली जॉब उन्होंने टारगेट करना चाहिए क्या? पहले आप जॉब प्रोफाइल के बारे में बताइए मैम, कैसा होगा?
Yeah, sure. So I would say it's a mix of managerial or, as I said, administrative job plus little bit technical. Because once you join, either you are going to be posted in the headquarters or in the washery. So in the washery, I would say you have all the equipments completely set and functional, and there are the non-executive staff who mostly operate the equipments, and you are going to manage this man force. And once in a while, if some equipment runs into trouble, you do some troubleshooting. And recently, we have some new washeries coming up, but the entire development, but the entire setting up of the washeries, we have outsourced it to other companies. All the washeries that are coming up, we are currently operating it in the bomb concept, build on and manage. So basically, we are involved with the tendering process, preparation of the tender documents, then finding the lease bidder and following up with them, basically managing all this, allotting the budget, all those things. So I can see that there is very less technical work. Also, call preparation, as you know, it's a physical process more or less. There is very less chemical process. We don't have any distillation column or absorption tower or anything. I think the maximum that we can go is with the froth flotation and the related aspects. So altogether, it's a mix of mineral engineering plus particle technology. We are not using any core chemical engineering concepts as such. So life in the washeries, it's a little tough, as you know that washeries are in the remote area. But then, of course, you have a lot of allowances, and the package is quite good, I would say. Uh, Even in washeries, it's basically, as I said, everything, you have all the equipments and stuff. So not much addition that you are going to do. And while coming to headquarters, I'm posted in headquarters in washery department. So we are just supervising or managing the affairs of all the washeries. So during my training, I think I was involved with almost I got to work with almost all the seniors, just assisting them. And after 1 year of probation, I basically coordinate the quality checking. So we have the ash percentage checking of coal. We have three-party sampling, wherein we check the quality of ash, quality of coal, that is the ash percentage at the washery end, then with the consumer, and also there's a third-party sampling. So we have to coordinate with this with the outside agency, and whenever there is a discrepancy, we try to solve it. There is some set procedure, and we are the one who try to solve the discrepancy, and then finally give the report to the sales department to determine the pricing. So that's one thing. And then just assessing the production and the managing the target and other stuff. And of course, we are the main communication line to the coal ministry and also to the CIL headquarters, communicating the production and targets and what is the performance of each and every washery. And whenever some washery has some issue regarding any equipment or they want to purchase something new, all the purchase orders and everything comes to headquarters, and from headquarters it is approved. And we make sure that all the purchase is done according to the purchase manual, and also according to the regulations by the government of India. So more or less, you can see that it's mostly a managerial work that we we do in headquarters, and more or less little bit technical plus managerial in the washeries as well. So someone who wants to go to core chemical engineering, I wouldn't suggest them. Coal India is the best place. But if you're looking for a PSU job and job security with a high package, I would say Coal India is definitely the place.
Okay. So, ma'am, basically, as you are posted in headquarters, okay, and you are the alone
Yes.
girl. So, ma'am, like, if I talk about the life of men's, okay, or life of boys, how it is, ma'am? इसके ऊपर
I,
life of boys.
in
मैंने
washeries or
देखा
in
है, like currently as I am also working राष्ट्रीय केमिकल्स एंड फर्टिलाइजर लिमिटेड. सो मैम मैंने देखा है
yes,
कि जो लड़कियां होती है उनको बेसिकली टेक्निकल सर्विसेज में या पेपर वर्क में उनको रख दिया जाता है, बट जो हम लड़के
yes,
होते हैं, जो लड़के होते हैं या फिर जो मेंस होते हैं, इन्हें बेसिकली प्लांट ऑपरेशंस में, चाहे जैसे अभी मैं अमोनिया प्लांट में हूँ और वैसे ही आईओसीएल में भी वैसा ही है. ओके, उनको
yes,
प्लांट में रख दिया जाता है और शिफ्ट जॉब होती है. राइट, शिफ्ट
yes.
जॉब्स आर देयर फॉर मेंस. सो मैम, is it similar in Coal India also? This coal preparation profile also?
Yes, yes, definitely. So all the boys who got along in the 2020 recruitment, I mean my batchmates, all of them are posted in washeries, and they have shift job. And of course, the conditions in washeries are a little bit harsh. Uh, Basically, it's in remote areas, and you don't have all the facilities that you would expect in a city. Of course, you have the quarters and other stuff, the ones provided by Coal India. But even then, you cannot compare them with what we get in main cities like Ranchi or somewhere. Uh, but then it's kind of mandatory that you have to work in the washery for a couple of years. So yeah, initially they are posted in the washeries, and you know it's it's a part of the job. You don't have other option.
Okay. So मैम बेसिकली और मैं थोड़ा इसके बारे में जानना चाहता हूँ, लाइक बेसिकली ठीक है ये.
Just one more point I would like to add. So
Yes.
this is for the people who are into the production subsidiaries. We
Hmm.
have one subsidiary, CMPDA. I think I have three of my batchmates posted in CMPDA, out of which two are boys. So they do more or less like a office job. Uh, they they go to the washeries once in a while for inspection and other stuff, but they are mostly involved with the tendering and other stuff.
ओके. सो मैम जैसे आप मेरे को थोड़ा और इसके बारे में बताइए, लाइक जैसे मैं मिनरल एक्सप्लोरेशन कॉर्पोरेशन लिमिटेड में मैंने वर्क कर रखा था, तो मैम हम लोग उसका कोल का सैंपलिंग करते थे. राइट, आप लोग को ही पता होगा कोल इंडिया का एमईसीएल के साथ में है ही. तो हम लोग कोल का उसमें सैंपलिंग करते करते थे. राइट, तो उस तरीके का कुछ वर्क होता है, लाइक उसमें एटॉमिक एब्जॉर्प्शन स्पेक्ट्रोस्कोपी या फिर और मतलब जैसे हमारे जो भी इक्विपमेंट्स होते हैं, राइट,
Uh,
अल्टीमेट एनालिसिस करना, अल्टीमेट एनालिसिस जो हम लोग निकालते हैं कोल का, एश कंटेंट कितना है,
yes.
कंटेंट कितना है, क्या ये सब वर्क करना होता है क्या वहां पे?
Yes, so there is a department called Quality Department. It deals with these kind of activities, and I believe some of this is also done in CMPDAL. But mostly we have outsourced the quality checking to an external
यस,
agency.
दैट ओनली.
So the final verdict for the quality comes from this external agency.
राइट.
We are not directly into performing these lab analysis like spectroscopy and all those things. We are not into that.
Yes, ma'am. Basically, जो CMPDIL थे, like when I was working, so we were getting the orders from CMPDIL, which was we were getting major orders from CMPDIL. Another
Yes.
WCL से काफी orders आते थे, right? So okay. So ma'am, this basically we were doing this part only. ठीक है, ओके. तो मैंने तो उस टाइम पे तो छोड़ दिया था, ओके, बिकॉज मेरे को केमिकल इंजीनियरिंग पसंद नहीं आ रहा था. फिर
Okay.
मुझे लगा कि यार यहाँ पे केमिकल इंजीनियरिंग का कोई उपयोग नहीं है. ओके, इट इज टोटली डिफरेंट
Okay.
पार्ट. ओके, बट इंडस्ट्री में जाने के बाद में समझ में आया नहीं कि ये जॉब तो भी ठीक जॉब थी एज कंपेयर टू केमिकल इंजीनियरिंग का जॉब.
Yes, yes.
कम से कम
I would
लैब.
say in PSUs, chemical engineering is the use of chemical engineering is very less, I would say.
सो मैम, तो एक चीज और मैं पूछना चाहूंगा. बेसिकली यहाँ पे लैब वर्क होता है या फिर फील्ड वर्क होता है? जैसे हम लोग केमिकल के, तो केमिकल में हम लोग को फील्ड में जाना पड़ता है, तो यहाँ पे मोस्टली हमारा लैब वर्क ही होता होगा, राइट?
Yes, yes. So mostly it's field work. in the washeries,
Hmm.
and a little bit of lab work, I would say, for those who are posted in quality. But right now, from our batch, nobody is posted in the quality department in CCL. I think in MCL, there is some uh, lab work related to checking the quality of coal. Um, but I don't know. I'm not sure in what depth they are doing it.
Okay, okay. Okay. Now, ma'am, my next question is, you just tell me about the working culture. Okay, like how is the working culture in Coal India? Basically, ऐसा तो नहीं है कि सीनियर्स आपको सिर्फ डांटते रहेंगे या फिर, है ना, जैसे हम लोग देखते हैं, ठीक है, कि सीनियर्स आपको खेल रहे हैं आपके साथ में, मजाक नहीं हो रहा यार, सिखाना तो कुछ नहीं है, सिखाना विखाना कुछ नहीं है, आपको सिर्फ डांटते ही रहते हैं करके। तो ऐसा तो कोई सिस्टम नहीं है ऑल इंडिया में। और किस तरीके का वर्किंग कल्चर है? लाइक वर्किंग कल्चर में देखो मैम, बहुत सारी चीजें आ गई। सबसे पहला आपका लिविंग हो गया, किस तरीके का लिविंग है। सेकंड
Okay.
आपकी सेकंड आपका जैसे आपका प्रोफाइल है, राइट, वहां पे आप एज एन इंजीनियर ज्वाइन करते हो, A2 ग्रेड में आप ज्वाइन करते हो, तो किस तरीके से आपका बिहेवियर रहता है। जो डिप्लोमा वाले जो ऑपरेटर्स लोग होते हैं उन लोग के साथ में किस तरीके का कनेक्शन होता है, इसके बारे में थोड़ा आप बताइए। और जो बेसिकली लेबर लोग होते हैं उनके साथ में कैसा कनेक्शन है क्या, और जो हमारे सीनियर्स होते हैं इनके साथ में हमें किस तरीके से बर्ताव देखने को मिलता है, इसके ऊपर थोड़ा आप बताइए मैम।
Okay. So I was very fortunate enough to get really, really supportive colleagues. When I joined, I was the youngest one in that department. And I think in the end, so I forgot to tell you, I'm posted in Central Coalfields Limited, Darbhanga House. So I think I was the youngest in the entire office. So initially, people were like, oh, this is a small kid. Okay, we'll have to train her. So kind of you can relax for first few weeks, just get just get used to this place and language. So they were very supportive, and slowly, bit by bit, they started teaching me everything, how the washery works and how everything is done in the office. So working culture, I would say, in headquarters it's quite good, and we have a lot of ladies in the HR department, HR legal, all those departments. Those ma'ams were also very supportive. We could talk with them anytime. In the office, it was always a warm feeling, and many people helped me regarding my study leave also. But unfortunately, in the field, I have heard it's not so. Uh, Usually, the operator, the non-executives. So the non-executives sometimes have an upper hand. uh, some of my batchmates have had tough conversations with the non-executives. It's not always very easy to convince them, because they are really older than you. They have so many years of experience. So at times there are ego clashes that the young kids who just joined, they are trying to teach them or anything like that. But in headquarters, the non-executives were also very supportive. Basically, it was kind of okay. I never had any bitter experience from anyone. But in the area, you have to be careful with non-executives, then some union leaders, and the local politicians. I'm not saying that these are all bad people, but you should be learning to interact with them, manage them, and talk to them in the right manner.
राइट राइट मैम, राइट। ओके, अब मैम मैं नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, एक और क्वेश्चन मैं आपसे पूछना चाहूंगा। ठीक है, दिस वाज तो वर्किंग कल्चर। मैम अब थोड़ा लिविंग के बारे में बताइए, लाइक क्या किस तरीके का आपको क्वार्टर्स मिलते हैं, है ना,
Okay, sure.
एंड
So
दैट पार्ट मैम।
yeah, so since I was posted in headquarters, I was staying in Ranchi itself. We have two types of quarters in CCL. One was Gandhinagar Colony and the other one was Jawahar Nagar Colony. So in Gandhinagar Colony, we were having two BHK quarters, which was quite good and spacious, I would say. But it's very old. I think it was constructed maybe in the 70s or 80s. So the entire construction is of very old manner, the old style windows and doors you have, but very, very spacious considering it's 2 BHK, I would say, with two attached bathrooms, two balconies, one kitchen, one big living room. Uh, but the problem being, we used to have issues with seepage and water quality issues at times. So I I would say maybe the living conditions 3 out of 5. Right now, I heard that Coal India is taking more steps to improve the living conditions. We have a civil, town and administration department, but then sometimes, just like in any other PSU, the work is slow. We had a complaint helpline. We could complain, we could raise any kind of complaint. They would repair, but it used to take time. Eventually, we used to get a solution, but not very quickly. That was the living condition. Jawahar Nagar colony was a little bit more. You used to have individual houses. So in Gandhinagar, it was more or less like apartments. We had 4 stories and two each in and 4 blocks, two quarters each in every floor. It was like that. But in Jawahar Nagar, you have individual houses, which is also quite spacious and good. And coming to area, uh, I'm not very sure. Uh, I just know the opinion of my batchmates who are in area. They have mentioned that the conditions in area are not up to the mark. The quarters are not that well maintained, and there are issues of water supply and seepage uh, quite a few times.
Yes, ma'am, that too I have also seen because WCL is near my home only. So that I have seen the quarters are not good. इस ठीक है but
Yes.
okay. अब मैम एक क्वेश्चन और है like suppose like अब जैसे मैं for example मैं नागपुर से belong करता हूँ okay and
Okay.
there might be other people also like they must be from Ranchi or from Sindri okay so the students like the posting of students or the posting of aspirants they get according to whatever the choices they have filled in the application form or the area which they are living according to that.
No, I don't think so. In my case, we had the option to give three choices,
Yes,
and
same.
not everyone got their top choice.
Hmm.
So some criteria, they had some internal criteria to allot the students. One was of course the final score, and for CMPDL they were preferring students with masters. And for other areas, what we got to know from our batchmates is that people people didn't get the subsidiaries of their choice, but you will have to join the subsidiary whichever you are allotted to, and later on you can try for a mutual transfer.
Okay. So ma'am, talking about talking about transfers also. So ma'am, transfers in how many years basically transfers get occurred?
Sorry.
Ma'am, in basically if I talk about transfers, okay, so like ma'am, there are WCL is also CCL is there, CMPDIL is there,
Yes.
PCL is also there, SCCL is also there. So ma'am, how transfers occur, ma'am? Okay, tell me about the
uh,
transfers. Transfer policy.
okay, so after 1 year you are eligible for transfer. There is a portal in which you can apply for mutual transfer. If you can find someone who is willing to switch positions with you between subsidiaries, then it is well and good. So after 10 years, I think it's after 10 to 12 years, there's a mandatory inter-subsidiary transfer.
ओके 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 मैम ठीक है ओके मैम थोड़ा सा जैसे अभी तो आपने बता दिया इतना सब वर्किंग कल्चर वगैरह के बारे में बता दिया मैम अभी आप बताइए कि बच्चे जैसे इस साल जो प्रिपेयर कर रहे हैं लाइक इन्हें किस तरीके से मोटिवेट किया जा सकता है या फिर इन्होंने कंपनी के ओरिएंटेड किस तरीके से मोटिवेट रह सकते हैं ओके इसके ऊपर बताइए आप
Okay. So I would say for someone who is looking for a PSU job, who who's looking for job security and a good package, CIL is definitely a good place, as you have very, very good package, and of course there is job security. And once you get into CIL, you, as I said, it's more or less a managerial work. So if you love working in an office setup with some administrative work and all, I think this is one of the best places. I mean, you
लीव
don't have to invest too much into technical side or technical knowledge. If someone is worrying that, okay, I don't have so much technical knowledge about chemical engineering, how can I manage, then I would say CIL definitely helps. Because coal preparation, I think we are not learning that much about coal preparation in chemical engineering. Once you join, you will have 3 rounds of training. Initially an induction training, then MSDP, managerial skills development program, and technical skills development program. So during TSDP, you will be taught everything about coal preparation and other stuff. And of course, you have very supportive colleagues who would also be helping you with everything. So I would say Coal India uh, is is a very good place to start your career. And once you join later on, you have the option to switch to some other PSUs, or if you want to try for civil service or do masters or anything, you can decide. But in the beginning, it's definitely a good place to start with.
ओके मैम, अब कोई भी इंडस्ट्री हो, कोई भी कंपनी हो मैम, देर आर टू फेजेस. वन फेज इज पॉजिटिव फेज, अनदर इज नेगेटिव फेज मैम. एवरीबडी टॉक्स अबाउट पॉजिटिव फेजेस, बट मैम मार्गदर्शन उन बच्चों को वो भी बताता है कि जहाँ पे नेगेटिव फेज भी है, नेगेटिव चीजें भी होती है. ओके, एंड मैं स्टार्टिंग में
Yes.
ये चीजें बता देता हूँ. चाहे कोई भी कंपनी हो, उसका एक नेगेटिव फेस भी होता है. तो मैम आप इसके बारे में क्या बताइए? पहले तो आप पॉजिटिव फेस के बारे में बताइए, उसके बाद में नेगेटिव फेस के बारे में ही बताइएगा. ओके मैम.
Okay. So the negative phase being things are very slow, just like any other PSU. Things are extremely slow in CAL. If you have to get something done like HRA or any administrative task like that, we have to follow up so many times with them, visit the concerned department, talk with them, and then we have to be behind them to get things done. That's one negative thing I have felt. Uh, One reason I think it's because of the huge number of employees that we have. So addressing each and every person's issue, every time we would be having something in the HR department, like our leave or something, HRAs, something like that. So that takes a lot of time. Then the second one being living conditions, I would say. At times it's really hard. I think the infrastructure can be developed quite a lot. Uh,
ओके,
the the
दैट आई कैन
the
फील.
quarters, yeah, the quarters, they are definitely not the best for a PSU employee. And another problem being, if the quarters are empty, you will have to take a quarter, provided you are not a native of that place. Only then you so only if there are no quarters empty, only if there are no empty quarters, you are allowed to rent a flat outside and you will get HRA. If there is at least one empty quarter, the company will force you to stay in that quarter and you won't get HRA.
ओके ओके मैम, सॉरी. ठीक है. ओके, सो मैम ऑलमोस्ट वी हैव डील्ड
Yeah.
एवरी डाउट्स वी हैव टेकन. ओके, अगर अभी भी लाइक अभी बहुत सारे बच्चे हमारे साथ जुड़े हुए हैं, 13-14 बच्चे भी. ओके, नेक्स्ट सेशन था. अगर आप लोगों को कोई डाउट्स है तो प्लीज आप लोग बताइएगा, पूछ सकते हैं मैम से कि अगर कोई डाउट्स है तो वी कैन गो अहेड. ठीक है, अदरवाइज फिर ऑलमोस्ट हमने सारे डाउट्स आपके ले लिए हैं. ओके, एंड ठीक है, कोई है तो आप लोग कमेंट कर दीजिए. कोई है, कोई डाउट्स? नो, नो डाउट्स, फाइन. तो ठीक है. तो मैम, एनी लास्ट टिप्स टू द स्टूडेंट्स एंड देन विल conclude the session.
Okay, so regarding exam preparation, I would suggest the students to prepare the 1 mark questions of GATE exam really well. Practice as many 1 mark questions as you can. Maybe start from GATE 2000 and go through every question. During my recruitment, I could during my the 2019 recruitment exam, I could find many previous year questions from GATE, the 1 mark questions from GATE. And regarding English, it's very simple. If you have basic knowledge of English, then you can very well manage it. But still, I would suggest to take some mock tests so that you can manage the timing. Then regarding GK, I just went through some some YouTube videos of about current affairs, mostly focus on sports, the awards, then recent appointments and honors, I would say. don't go too much into history, or they are not going to ask like who was the king from that dynasty or this dynasty. That much detail they are not going to. Mostly focus on politics, the recent current affairs, and honors and awards and other stuff. And then for numerical reasoning, I think R.S. Agarwal is more than enough. Also for chemical engineering, I would suggest O.P. Gupta and M. Subbu.
Okay, ma'am, these things you mentioned, these are outdated things. Okay, as you joined in the year 2020, so ma'am, there at that time the content was not there, but ma'am, it's 2025, so the content has become very much. Okay, so good content
Uh,
has.
I think I think they have added the coal preparation as well, right? Along with chemical engineering.
Yes, ma'am. Mineral engineering content is mineral engineering questions were also there. Okay, so
Yes.
ma'am.
So okay. So I think there is a textbook about coal preparation by O.P. Gupta. People can refer to that.
Okay, ma'am. Okay,
Yeah,
ma'am.
I saw the syllabus that they have added coal preparation also, but it's all just basic stuff.
Yes.
Mm.
That, ma'am, I have already shared. Team MARGDARSHAN has already shared the notes to students. Okay. And
Yeah,
earlier, the test series was also not there, but now we have test series, we have material, we have most of the lectures are also available. In the year
yeah.
2020, lectures were also not available for chemical, but
Yeah, that's true. It
content
was
not
really
there.
hard to find lectures
Yes,
that
content
time.
is not there, but now मैम huge content is available free of cost for the students, right? ठीक है मैम, आपसे बात करके बहुत अच्छा लगा। मैं सॉरी मैम, मैम मजा आया आपसे बात करके। मुझे तो अच्छा लगा, लाइक मुझे और थोड़ा जानना है वॉशरीज के बारे में कि वॉशरीज होती क्या है बेसिकली, लाइक दीज आर माइंस। इसके ऊपर में मेरे को पूछना था कि क्या होती है वॉशरीज, मुझे समझ में नहीं आया।
Okay, so yeah, basically from mines you are bringing
काइंड
runoff mine coal. Those are big chunks with uh, many impurities, I would say, big stones, rocks. In between you have the trapped coal, and also some other impurities like some other minerals you might find. So basically, uh, everything other than coal, we call them as ash. Whatever cannot burn and provide energy, we call it as the ash. So in washeries, we bring this run-of mine coal, do some physical process. First, we reduce the size. We do size reduction, and then we do some physical process so that we can separate out the pure coal from this run-of mine coal. We try to reduce the ash percentage, remove whatever impurities or whatever non-combustible materials are there, and separate out the pure coal. So this process is called washing of coal or coal beneficiation. And of course, the place where we do all this process, it's called coal washery.
Okay, ma'am. It was very nice session, ma'am. I got basically very much insights, and most of the students also would be getting much insights from this session. Okay, thanks for coming to ma'am. Thanks for coming to session, ma'am. Okay, and literally we are
Yeah,
thankful that you came and you guided students, and
yeah,
we had a session. Okay, technical glitch was there, but sorry for that, ma'am. Okay, uh,
yeah.
fine.
Thank you so much. It was
Sure.
a pleasure to talk with you all. So
Sure.
if any student has any particular doubt or they want to talk in person to me, you can text me in my LinkedIn. I'm always open to DMs through my LinkedIn profile. I would be happy to give you answers. And once again, thank you, Team Margdarshan, for this opportunity.
यस मैम। तो गाइज मैम के लिंक्डइन प्रोफाइल में डिस्क्रिप्शन में पिन कर दूंगा। ओके मैम, मैम का काफी अच्छा स्टूडेंट बेस है। ओके मैम। ओके गाइड्स, 16,250 के आसपास मैम के कनेक्शन है, तो काफी अच्छा कनेक्शन है मैम का, एंड मैम गाइड करते रहती है। ठीक है, तो पूछ सकते हैं आप लोग भी। ठीक है, चलेगा। तो हम लोग एंड करते हैं सेशन को मैम। ओके, सो मैम
Yeah, sure.
विल स्टॉप द रिकॉर्डिंग। थैंक यू मैम।